Education UK Alumni Awards, the first of its kind event.
The awards celebrate and highlight the outstanding achievements of UK's international alumni.
So let's take a look what the event was like.
This evening marks the very first Education UK Alumni Awards for India. Similar events are slated to take place in China and the United States in the next couple of weeks. Next year, 7 other countries will launch their awards ceremonies. The British Council has created this platform to recognize the outstanding achievements made by business professionals, entrepreneurs, and community leaders whose UK education has played a major factor in their success. Education is a major strand of the British Council's work globally, which aims to provide international opportunities for people in the UK and in other countries. Why is the British Council interested in international education? Because there is a special dimension to an education experienced away from one's home and one's comfort zone. When studying abroad, while you graduate in your particular discipline, whether it is engineering or music or business, you also graduate in internationalism, gaining a richer and wider understanding of the world that you might not have done by staying at home. Award winners this evening will visit the UK to make connections with leaders in their industry and become members of an exclusive global network of alumni award finalists.
India's been sending students to the UK for over 140 years. Over 250,000 Indians have studied in the UK over the last 10 years. Terrific cultural and academic contribution to the UK's education system. And tonight we're recognising that with our awards ceremony tonight.
Now, it goes without saying that I recognise the importance of international alumni to the ongoing success of UK higher education. A UK Department of Business, Innovation and Skills report shows evidence that the long-term ambition of most alumni is to return home following their stint in the UK. And this contradicts the idea that international education plays a role in what is referred to sometimes as the brain drain, or the idea that key talent does not return to its sending country. Instead, the research suggests that there is an increasing trend towards something called a brain circulation. Brain circulation in which graduates from whichever country will have many international experiences in the course of their careers, creating ongoing benefits for the sending country and the individual. If UK universities are to maintain the strong bond that they undoubtedly have with their alumni overseas and encourage future generations to choose the UK as a study destination of choice, we must work hard to continue to engage alumni at all levels and in all ways possible.
So now, without further ado, let's begin with the very first award for this evening. Our first category is the Professional Achievement Award. This award looks at the value added through an education in the UK to an individual's career and professional advancement. And to introduce this award and to award it as well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Manoj Jain.
And the award goes to Siddharth Chaudhary.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you very much. Our second category is the Entrepreneurial Achievement Award. This award recognizes achievements in innovative thinking, creativity, and entrepreneurial skills following an educational experience in the UK. And it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our guest presenter for this category. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Amit Mehra. You here?
A very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me here. When I think about my time in the UK and in London particularly, there are 2 very important thoughts that come to my mind, 2 very prominent thoughts. The first one was from my time at London Business School, where the idea that management as a practice should not only be right, but also good, took place. This was very different thinking at that time. This is 15 years ago. This is before the time that at least I heard of the term social entrepreneur, and certainly before the time of Enron. And our late Professor Sumantra Ghoshal and his pioneering work on this really helped me establish this idea very fundamentally, and that has guided and influenced the work that I've done, both within Reuters, later Thomson Reuters, and now as an entrepreneur running RML. Could we have the nominations, please? And the proud winner is Amit Inamdar.
Amit, can I request you to share a few words, please?
Wow, I'm just gathering my thoughts. I'm really, really honored to be the first winner of the UK Alumni Awards. I would like to thank the British Council, University of Liverpool, and of course, my family who has stood back and always supported me in whatever I've done. My wife is here. She was with me when I started this initiative. She was with me when I was in two minds whether to get forward or not. And today, she is with me to witness this. We are a very small organization. We are growing, and this is the first award we have got. And I'm sure this will hugely impact the work we are doing, and we will reach more people, not only in India but abroad, to use design for bringing smiles on people who really need it. So thank you, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Amit Mehra, and thank you, Amit Inamdar. I think you've got to be the same name as your presenter to win one of these awards tonight. That brings us to our third and final category, which is the Social Impact Award. This award looks at UK alumni who have made a real difference to society following their educational stint in the UK. It reflects both the innovative and inspiration elements of Education UK. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and it is a deep privilege to invite on stage our guest presenter for this award, Ms. Meenu Videra.
So the nominations for Social Impact Award are, and the award goes to Rajesh Babu Bhattchala, London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine.
Congratulations, Rajesh. Would you like to share a few words with the audience?
I would like to thank British Council in Education UK for recognizing my achievement. I never knew I would be recognized for what I began in 2011, and I'm really thrilled to see my first recognition for my work. And I'd like to thank all my professors in LHSTM and ICH London, and I'd like to thank everybody who has been involved directly or indirectly in my achievement. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the close of this evening's awards ceremony. On behalf of the British Council, I would like to congratulate all the winners tonight, as well as all the finalists, and thank them for participating in this program and making it such a memorable event. I'm sure you've enjoyed listening to their amazing and inspiring achievements, both in person and through the presentations on the screen. I'd also like to deeply thank our guest presenters, Manoj, Amit, and Meenu, for being here tonight and sharing their UK experiences. The next UK Alumni Awards competition for India will be announced in August of this year. Please do begin thinking about UK alumni who you would like to nominate for the next round. As we mentioned earlier, this award will enable the winners to revisit the UK for a one-week trip. May I request now all the finalists and winners of all the three categories, our guest presenters and speakers, to kindly come on stage for a group photograph.
Well, while the celebration continues, it's time for us to slip into a short break.
But you don't go anywhere, as on the other side, we speak with the finalists, the winners, presenters, and a lot more.
We are with Amit Inamdar. He's the winner of the Entrepreneurial Award. Amit, so you've set the benchmark. How excited are you?
I'm really excited. I was not expecting this, but it's like a great boost to whatever we are doing for the last 3.5 years now. So yes, I'm really happy. the education I had nationalities, more than 20 nationalities in my classroom, and each and every one approaches the same problem in a different way, which triggers new ideas and which triggers the thought of what I can do differently that can help someone, and that's what has been the greatest thing.
Okay. Lovely. If you could tell us a little bit about Plus One initiative. You're working for the environment, you're working for a safer, cleaner planet. What exactly are you hoping to do?
So Plus One initiative works towards recycling non-recyclable materials. So now the advertisement materials that you see around are all flex materials. So they are fiber reinforced plastic which cannot be recycled. So what Plus One does is we take these flexes once they are used and we create products which are trendy products for youth, as well as we create school bags which can be given out to school kids from low income families, and the whole idea is to use design for a social impact plus consume what we create. That's the whole idea.
What would be your word of advice to all the future entrepreneurs, especially in India, with so many startups coming up, so many entrepreneurs with amazing ideas, sort of booming the industry? What would you say is the right way to go about it?
The one piece of advice I would give is just jump, just take that risk. You will not succeed maybe in the first go, you will maybe, but even if you don't, just keep on doing it and success will come. This is the year for us. We have been working for 3.5 years, and this year it's like clicked really, really big. So all I would say is take that risk, take the jump, believe in yourself and just do it without expecting rewards out of it, and believe me, it will be recognized someday.
Lovely. Good luck with Plus One, Amit. Let's hope for a cleaner, better India, and in fact a global development. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
I'm with Dr. Rajesh Babu, winner of the Social Impact Award, a London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine alumni. Dr. Rajesh Babu, congratulations first of all. Tell us, how did your education in the UK help you do what you're doing right now?
It has given me the skills to plan, to analyze a problem, to plan a successful program in a district, and control blindness. So we are trying to reach to the unreached. This has impacted lives of 5 million people in 2 districts since I began my work in 2011.
And how does it feel to be a winner of this award?
It feels that somebody is recognizing what I have been doing. I never imagined somebody will recognize my work in the last 4 years.
And how did studying in UK help you make the kind of social impact that you've been able to?
The education in UK is very focused on practical application of whatever we learn. It's learning from people's experiences, and it has given me a big platform to understand the problem of healthcare with a global perspective.
All right. Thanks for talking to us. Congratulations once again. Okay. I'm joined by Richard Everett, Director, Education and Society, British Council. Richard, this is the first event of its kind in the country, Education UK Alumni Awards 2015. What are your thoughts?
Well, first, it's the first in the world. Delhi is the first in the world to launch the Education UK Alumni Awards, and we're really excited about it.
Right. And tell us about the whole purpose, and of course the next set of awards are going to be happening in China, US, and so on and so forth. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right, so I mean, Indian students have been going to the UK for 150 years. A huge cultural and academic contribution to the UK education system, and tonight we're sort of recognising that and we're awarding the kind of some of the best Indian academics and their scholars in areas of entrepreneurship and kind of professional development. And so tonight's the first of the awards, education awards for Indian students.
Right. And how do you believe, brief thoughts on how an education in UK can help a student achieve his professional goals, his entrepreneurial goals, and maybe even make a social impact?
Well, I think the first thing to say is they're going to have such a wonderful experience in the UK. They're going to mix with students from around the world. Their course going to be aligned to industry, and they're going to really kind of catapult their career if they study in the UK.
Right. Thanks for talking to us, Richard. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Ms. Meenu Vadera, the Social Impact Award presenter. She's founder, Saka Consulting Wings Private Limited, and founder, Executive Director, Azad Foundation. First of all, a few thoughts on the awards.
I think it's a great idea to recognize. I think awards are always a great idea to recognize creativity, innovation, and it definitely motivates people. It makes them more visible to the larger community. So great idea, in short.
Right. And what do you think about the category, social impact?
Yeah, it's definitely a very critical category. It's also the buzzword lately, but I think regardless of that, it's very important to keep it right there, up there, and it's because all the other things are important for a society, but at the end of the day, what is the social impact of the work that we are doing is one of the most critical aspects of any of the work, whether it be entrepreneurship or business.
So UK, just like India, is a very diverse country. And how do you believe an education in UK can help a student, can help somebody make the kind of social impacts that the awardees of awards like this have been able to?
Well, I think I can speak from my own experience of being in UK, and I think the education in UK offers a lot of opportunity to meet up with the world. And so for me, for example, it kind of opened windows in my mind to the world outside. I mean, I had been working in India and I knew about India, but to realize that what happens in India has linkages with what happens in Africa and Latin America, and the whole world kind of comes together in your mind. And I think that's a very important learning experience. Quite apart from that, then the kind of friends you make and the kind of network. So it's something that keeps a person growing and more enriched with all those contributions. And like I just said, in my case particularly, for example, like I'm working on Women on Wheels, which is women chauffeurs, professional chauffeurs, and the idea was I saw it first in the UK. I mean, of course, at that point in time, I didn't think this is what I was going to do, but somehow, so I think experience outside anywhere, in this particular case, UK, gives a person a whole lot of exposure and a great learning opportunity, not just as a person, but as a professional and as a citizen.
Best of luck with the initiative, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
I'm with Mr. Manoj Jain, presenter of the Professional Achievement Award. Mr. Jain, a few thoughts about the Education UK 2015 awards first.
Well, I think it's an excellent initiative in terms of incentivizing students in terms of actually learning from UK, because from my own experience, I think learning in UK is fantastic. It kind of actually builds not only the skills, but the kind of actually camaraderie and the kind of relationship with the people, with the students, with the professors, which actually stays with you for a lifetime. In my own case, when I actually got the Chevening Scholarship way back in 1999, that was the turning point of my actual career, from shifting over to the private sector to the public sector. So I think this is like a great initiative, yes.
And you've started in the UK. Tell us, how can an education in UK help someone become a better professional to better the workplace?
Yes, I mean, in terms of education in the UK, I was at the London School of Economics studying the course of the international banking when I was still working with ICICI. They kind of actually changed my horizon in terms of looking at the world growth, looking at the development actually sector, looking at it's just not the private sector but also the public sector, which is really responsible for the growth of the world in terms of looking at the entire poverty reduction as an agenda. So that kind of really opened up my eyes, and once I did my course at the LSE, I applied to the World Bank. I got my job over there. So in my own actually personal case, I think it was a life-turning event. Whereas if you were to speak actually generically, I think education in the UK is very good in terms of the experience that it actually provides, the kind of people that you interact with, the kind of camaraderie that you build over there. Which in my case has also stayed for a lifetime.
Yes.
And in terms of looking at leapfrogging in terms of your actually current actually professional environment.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are with the guest of honor, Professor Nick Bedford from the University of Southampton. Northampton. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We are with the guest of honor, Professor Nick Bedford from the University of Northampton. Sir, it's one of a kind event. We are with Professor Nick Bedford from the University of Northampton, the guest of honor for tonight. Sir, one of its kind event. Your thoughts on this?
It's a superb event. I think it's very good that the British Council here in India are celebrating the success of students who've come to the UK, studied, done very, very well, come back to their own country and have excelled themselves. So I think for me it's a super opportunity to be here and to help with the award ceremony.
How important do you think, for all these aspiring students who are going to watch this, to sort of set a benchmark for them, and they're going to be looking up to all that happened tonight, how important do you think an event like this, sort of helps them build their dreams of studying in the UK?
I think it's very important because there's a very one strong message I want to give out to the viewers, and that the UK and higher education in the UK is absolutely welcoming of Indian students. There's been some unfortunate press coverage perhaps in your country about maybe the UK is not open for business for international students, but please believe me, absolutely is. You add so much value to our country when you come and study with us. We learn from you, you learn from us. It's a true partnership, and just to assure people that we are really, truly open for business.
So, final words, what are you expecting out of India, out of the Indian students in the near future?
Well, I think what we'd like to see, what struck me this evening was the amount of work on social entrepreneurship and social enterprises taking place. I mean, my university, University of Northampton, is one of the leading universities in the UK on social enterprise, and it's fantastic to see the ambition and the enthusiasm for this particular part of business, where people are working with local communities, generating money, generating profit, putting that back into the community. I think it's a fantastic business model, something that we welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for talking to us. We're with Ottilie Vikesa now. Ottilie, how important do you... Let's do that again. We're with Ottilie Vikesa now. Ma'am, first one-of-its-kind event. Your thoughts on this?
Well, it was just such a fantastic event this evening to see so many great alumni here. I think all the nominees should have won an award, actually. So I feel a little bit sorry that we had to whittle them down to 3. And it was just brilliant to see the support from their universities, also their families, their friends, and the people that have got them here, as well as obviously the British Council holding this kind of event, the first event that we've done like this, which has just been such a huge success. So I hope we can see more of these events over the next few years and really recognise the amazing contribution that our alumni from India make globally as well as back home in India. So yeah, it's been a fantastic event.
So all the winners especially, I wouldn't say just the winners, in fact all the finalists, do you think they've sort of set a benchmark for all the aspiring students that should be looking up to such individuals with such amazing work that they've done in their respective fields? What do you have to say about that?
Absolutely. I mean, I myself was inspired by a lot of the stories today, and I just thought this is amazing to see somebody go from, maybe having a few ideas before they set out to study, but then coming back and developing those ideas and meeting with their friends and their global network, and then turning those ideas into a real project that's then had such a fantastic impact, socially or economically within India. So I'm really, really inspired by these alumni, and I think young people today should look at those alumni and just think, yes, this can be me, absolutely.
Lovely, Ottilie. Thank you so much for talking to us. Hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you. We are with Upasana Gupta now, one of the nominees for the Entrepreneurial Award. Upasana, congratulations first of all on the nomination. How was the evening?
It was actually really fun. It was nice to see recognition for something that you were part of ages ago on a different platform. It's great.
How far do you think Little Black Book has come? So one of your entrepreneurial venture. And where do you see yourself next?
I think how far it's come, you should tell me. No, I think it's come a long way. Where we started was January in 2012 with Suchita, who is not here tonight. But I think it's come a long way, and it is going to go a long way. Fortunately and unfortunately, I'm moving on, but it's been a great journey so far.
Lovely. Any final words to all the aspiring entrepreneurs that are probably watching you, looking for a new idea, their ideas to sort of jump and rise in this entrepreneurial chase race? I think.
I had to prepare a speech in case I won, but I'm just going to tell you one of the snippets here. When we guys were growing up, we were always told that kuch nahi hai, so don't cry, row much, just let it go, let it be. But then something that my school, which was Modern Barakhamba right here, and even Nottingham after that, it was like, if nahi hai, then create it. Create it, live it, do it, and then leave it when you want to. So I think that's my thing. Like, if it doesn't exist, create it. If you don't like it, change it. If you can't change it, let it change you. So
we're wishing you all the very best.
Thank you so much to you too.
Hope to see you soon in another award show with another amazing nomination.
And remember to log on to Little Black Book. We will. Thank you.
We wish the winners a big best of luck. This is time for us to wrap up the show.
Well, we sign off, but do come back for lots more on a special series, Education UK.